Hello, welcome back to A Sim Racing Experience. My name is Jose, and I'm a sim racer here in Miami. Today, I'm going into the question that I see a lot of. Is iRacing for me? Is iRacing something I should get into? Is it worth the money? So many questions, just really revolving around the fact that I see a lot of people asking about whether iRacing is for them. So I just kind of wanted to go into what iRacing is for me, and I know I've done that in the past, but I've seen so many new questions come in through Reddit that I just kind of want to touch base on that again. And hopefully, by somebody seeing this, they can kind of make up their own decision if they want to get involved with iRacing or not. So, I see a lot of people also starting with Assetto Corsa, and I think Assetto Corsa is great because it gives you the ability to use a fairly advanced simulator without having to put a whole lot of money into it. You buy the game once, and there's so many mods out there if you're on PC that I think that really makes a lot of sense. If you're able to mod the game to a point where you're able to do exactly what you want, then that's great. But when it comes to iRacing, I feel that iRacing is a much more structured environment. There's obviously still a lot of issues where there's still a lot of drivers that are out there just for the fun of it, and they're just treating it as a game, which of course becomes rather frustrating, more so at the beginning of the career in iRacing. And usually once you're out of that, it becomes a totally different thing. It becomes a totally different experience, and you're able to actually compete, and you're able to drive as you would on track with people that actually know what they're doing, and you're able to really get close to other people and get wheel to wheel. And especially in the Formula open wheel cars, when you're in the open cockpit, it's really cool to be able to get close to other cars, and almost like if you're in VR, you can look over and look at the guy's helmet. So it's almost like you're looking at them, a guy or a girl. I mean, it's really cool to be able to just be immersed like that. So I think that iRacing really gives that opportunity to be immersed in that level. I know that other sims do that as well, but I think that the entire experience from the moment that you fire up iRacing to the moment that you are in a race and all of that, I think that that's the best structure that I have ever found in terms of experiencing what I wanted to experience out of a simulator. And by that I mean that for me, I've never been much into gaming, and when I was 5 years old, I started karting, and that was my life for at least 5 years until we moved to the United States, and then that all stopped. And then for me, like, I guess the lifestyle that I've always wanted, I mean, it's always kind of surrounded itself around motorsports and being at the track. And I love going to the local racetracks here and just hanging out and taking some pictures and take some video. And I'll even do some karting usually, and it's just a lot of fun to be in that environment. And iRacing has given me that to a certain extent. There's definitely times where, specifically at the end of the race, if you win the race, usually you watch a race on TV, and there's a lot of big celebration when somebody wins a race. And at the end of a race in iRacing, if you win, usually everybody just leaves and everybody just kind of disappears, and that's it. You usually race with a lot of the same people. Once you start getting more into it, there's often times that you're gonna be you're gonna start recognizing names in the in your standings and in the field that you're in. So sometimes that's kind of off-putting, I guess. I don't know, because I feel that there's still some experiences within the racing world that are missing, that would definitely be really cool. And I think that that's just at the level where you're just driving on your own and driving for yourself. For me, now that I'm going full-time into creating content based around sim racing, I use iRacing as my platform, and eventually my hopes is to be able to build a team and to be able to share this entire experience directly with people in my headset, and to be able to talk to people directly, share setups and create setups for people, and just kind of have our own little crew and our own little team of people that do what we do and are able to share that. Because I think that outside of the car, there's still that whole team experience and that whole kind of family experience that I never got into. I was never into any other sports. I've seen many, sports movies, and I feel that like those coming from somebody like I create content, so I love telling stories. So I definitely love a good story, and I feel that a lot of the sports movies are probably some of the best movies out there when it comes to being able to tell this like kind of victorious team family feeling story. So I feel that all of that, and kind of why I create content now, is to be able to find other people to share that experience with, because I can race all day here, in the comfort of my office right here on my simulator, but I think it's also very important to be able to share that experience with other people, just because it adds to the experience. It's not that it's there to to fill my ego or to show it off. It's there to be part of the experience, and just this is just a small piece of the entire experience that I'm trying to create. And now using iRacing, it really has given me a very solid platform to use, and a solid platform that I feel very confident that I feel that I'm growing in. My licenses are progressing, and I really focus on safe driving and being able to get my ratings up and all that stuff. So it's the platform that I'm going to continue to use, and by no means are they involved in any kind of content of on this channel. So it's just the platform that was presented to me, and it was the one that made the most sense for me. I definitely do appreciate that I have to pay for the service, pay for the cars, and pay for the tracks, because it takes me right back to when we were still racing. It was get to the track, fill out the registration forms, and pay your fees, and it was something that cost money. And I think that as soon as something starts to cost money, whether it's daily, monthly, whatever it is, I mean, it becomes a significant part of life. And this has, as I've talked about on the channel before, has become one of the biggest parts of my life, because it's the biggest tool. Actually, this and my business are the biggest tools that I use when I'm on my own and I need to strengthen my mental health. So the fact that I'm able to do that, and the fact that iRacing has created a platform where it adds to that entire experience, that is what has completely led me to continue pursuing this, continue building this, and really diving deep into the whole iRacing community, because I'm extremely excited for what they're working on and everything that is starting to happen within the sim racing community. And in full transparency, I'm just trying to make my mark within that industry, and being able to take everything that I have and share it within that industry, so that that industry continues to grow. And if I have a small, tiny percentage within that growth, then that's amazing, and that makes me feel incredible. And I just hope that I can continue to gather people here on this community, and we can start really talking about how this whole kind of mental health thing, and the whole sim racing thing, both of those worlds are how they're coming together, and how there are so many people out there already, specifically iRacing with their platform, Assetto Corsa, and all the other simulators that are, really pushing hard to build these things, and to build the physics and make it something that is real and substantial. And I continue to believe that now sim racing is just another form of racing, and it's just another form of motorsports. And it's definitely a very exciting time, and it's even more exciting that I'm able to once again take what I have and share it with as many people as I can. So it's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, definitely please consider subscribing. Please like the video if you don't mind. It definitely has helped the channel a lot. And again, see you later.